Good evening, people. You are locked into Never a Foul. We're still working on a name for this show, you know. It was off the bench, but we've decided we're not going to go with that vibe. So tonight we've called it Big Points Mean Big Prizes because it's the business end of the season, and every single little point wins a prize potentially. Well, to the owners, it definitely does because it means a lot of money. So,
especially for little old Arsenal.
Cass is here with the shots already. So firstly, if you are watching this, make sure you smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're going to be here every single week now, Sunday, 8 p.m. Some of the same people returning. But I had to reach out to a few people for this one. Firstly, my co-host, he's back in the building for Never a Foul. I don't even know what to call you yet, whether to call you Cass, Sammy, White Teeth.
Whatever you want to call me, man. Well, actually, no. Tell her that. Don't do that.
Don't want to say that to me, bro.
Yeah. Don't do that because I know what you like. But yeah, no, it's just Cass, in it. It's just it's right there, isn't it? It's right there.
Mr. still trying to be positive about his club, but there's nothing to be positive about. It's Mr. Other teams are shaking in their boots. You said to me on Friday, which is mental.
No, don't do that. I said the next couple seasons. No. No, you know what? Let me explain. Yeah.
Well, you can explain later.
I let your co-host talk here.
Us.
In the next couple seasons, you know, I'm gonna come to Rich. Yeah, Rich. In the next couple
seasons. Hold on.
No. Because you said you didn't want to talk about Man United today, so let's just quickly get out of the way. Rich. In the next couple seasons, the way Man United are going right now, the way it's looking for now, and it looks positive not on a negative scale. Obviously, Woodward and all them man are gone. You don't even need. Everyone knows who that dickhead is, yeah. But I'm just saying, now the structure is looking a bit different, like on the football terms. Isn't the next couple seasons, like I'm not saying next season, but the following season after that, is it not going to be like a sleeping giant ready to wake up?
Yeah, the biggest step you've made is changing your upstairs because that was a mess. Man. It was a complete mess.
Exactly.
It's just whether or not what do you call it? Because there's still a few of them that's still there, like Fletcher and them. As long as Ten Hag can come in and just just step aside, then yeah, I think he'll be back.
But the thing is, Cass, hold on, Cass, it's mad that you've changed everything. I said, and your words were, yeah, and Soups was with me. Your words were.
Soups will back me. What are you on about?
Yeah, bro. Come on.
No, because
he was there. Soups a realist. Bro, Cass, let me finish, please. Let me just tell everyone what you said. What you said was
waffling. This guy's a waffle.
I remember you used to do this, innit? Come with that waffle one when you didn't want to hear things. What you said was, right, wallahi, what you said. And
don't say wallahi.
Bro, you say it. You say it because you know what you said. You said there's going to be certain teams that are going to be getting scared now, right?
Yeah,
Jamie,
of course they are.
Are you getting scared about what's going on?
No, yeah, of course it is. Because let's face it, we're the big... when it comes to clout, Man United are all there. Yeah, because Man United's got everything. When it comes to cloud business, we're all there, innit? We're not some dickhead like Arsenal or some Tottenham or anything like that. It's Man United at the end of the day, you know? Like, even Chelsea, bro. Like, don't come... Like, actually,
all this talk for a team that has no ambition is finishing...
What do you mean no ambitions? Where's your trophy count, bro?
All I've heard from Man United fans recently is, I don't want to finish in Europe. I want to be outside of Europe. So you want to be a one-game-a-week season and give Ten Hag one game a week. But then we get onto Arteta for this, but still, Man United, man, it's just a funny business. They're going to
wait. You're a Tottenham fan, Ak, yeah? Let me get this straight. You got rid of Pochettino, yeah, to bring in the next Wolves manager just to pay him off to leave, yeah, just to get content, just to pay him off to leave to go to the PSG, and he's going to finesse your club out of money. And then where are you going to be at? Back with Pochettino. So what have you done?
So George, don't even worry, bro. It's beautiful, yeah. That he's getting so rattled. We haven't even done the intros yet. Man. And how to rattle a Man United fan. He's talking about Tottenham. He's going at Tottenham. He's going at everyone. He's going at Arsenal, Tottenham. I asked a Liverpool fan a question. You didn't even want to address them, man. You're like, I don't want to talk to Liverpool right now. Let me talk to Tottenham or Arsenal or something like. Anyway, let me intro everyone. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Cass. In the middle, we have got I think we've only ever done one stream together. We always talk about doing it. We've got Eagle-Eyed Ball, Palace fan. What are you saying? Good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for the invite as well. Thanks for having me on. Loving the work you will do as well. So it's an honor.
And then we'll go from left to right. Below me, we have Kia's from Big Six Bands. What are you saying, brother? You good?
I'm good, bro. Thank you for having me on, man.
No. Always, I've been on your channel a few times. Absolute vibes. So appreciate you coming on.
Come on, man.
And then got George in the middle. We already know George is willing to say whatever and let off shots whenever.
Yeah, man. As you know, the loudest Tottenham fan around, man. J4 George. If you don't know, you'll get to know.
I definitely know as well.
Yeah, loud for what?
Oh, well, we had a madness on Spaces, but it's all good.
I think I recognise his face, you know.
We're good. I'll get rattled too easy. And then finally, this is another guy I needed to get on because obviously you have been on once or twice before, but we spoke about doing things, and we definitely will. If we reach the Champions League final, we'll do something about our two clubs as well. It's Jamie. What are you saying, bud? You good?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me on. Yeah.
No, good.
Do you know what? That said finally.
Huh?
You said finally.
Yeah, go on.
But it's me, Soups, in the background as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know.
And there's a voice from above.
Just the voice here. I'm just here. The voice of reason.
Big man in the comments.
I can't see the comments, you know.
That's fine. You don't need to. Soups got them. Soups.
All right. One of the comments is from Daniel Neerman. He's saying, let United fans dream as long as Pep and Klopp are in the Prem. No one will touch this Premier League trophy.
Well, no shit. It's 35 games played now, isn't it? So who else is going to touch it?
No, he said as long as.
No. We're talking about this season, present.
No, he said as long as.
No, present.
He said as long as.
Right. And also big up Kojo as well. He's saying from Free and Midfield podcast saying big up the boys.
Yes, Kojo, what you saying, brother?
Big up Uncle Laurie as well.
And Laurie in the cup. Right, so got a few things to talk about this week. It's not gonna be one of those shows where we talk about every single Premier League team because there really is not a need, and we're not going to do that. Obviously, Liverpool City needs to be touched on. Arsenal, Tottenham most definitely need to be touched on. Palace, I personally want to speak on them as well because I love what's going on there, and also I've got a special. I like the Palace fans. Yeah, I've got a appreciation for the Palace fans, so we're going to touch on them. But firstly, there's an elephant in the room. You know what I was saying to Soups earlier. You know what, we all call him Fat Frank, but Fat Frank is actually looking pretty fat now as well.
He's looking pretty chubby. He's been eating well.
Talking of elephants, he's getting pretty big. I like.
He's going bald as well. You know.
Yeah.
Stress here, man. It's a stress.
But I mean, you know what? Being fair to him, he's pulled off. Is it 2 results they've got recently now? Obviously, they got a result today, but they did get a result a couple of weeks ago as well against someone. I can't remember who it is. But look, it wasn't Liverpool.
Man United.
There we go. That's the one. So we've got to talk on it. Me personally, I didn't predict this weekend. However much I might say Chelsea are up and down, and I thought this had to be a Chelsea win. I'll come to you, Eagle-eyed, first. What are you saying? What is going on at Chelsea? How bad is the problem at Chelsea?
First things first, I think this was a payoff job. They're trying to save their former skipper. Nah, Chelsea were terrible. So I'm rattled by this. Only because, you know what, Frank Lampard said that we're not a big club. He didn't want to take us. So I would have seen him get relegated. And this is no slander on Everton. I just want them to go down because he's the gaffer. Chelsea have looked bad for 6 weeks, I'll say now.
Yeah. I think they've had 1 or 2. I mean, they had like the
Champions League game was wicked, actually. That was one of. But around that, they've been terrible. I mean, even against us in the semi-final, I was disappointed because I didn't think we took the game to them when they were there for the beating. First half, we were brilliant. Second half, we dropped off. So they had the ball and just did nothing with them. Everton could have had 3 or 4 today easily. You know.
Sorry, you know what? Just quickly, I need to bring. I wasn't sure if he's going to join or not, but my brother Mo has joined, who is a Chelsea fan, and I want to get him involved. Listen, guys, what I've said to him. In fact, I'm going to bring him in first. What are you saying, Mo? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Big up to everyone on the panel, man.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here as well. In fact, what I'm going to do is your camera's not going to be on, is it, Mo?
Yeah, I'm literally getting food ready, man. I'm literally about
that's cool. Let me swap you two over. That's cool. So I said to Mo before, right? I didn't want this to become one of these shows where we get get on a fan and then we get at them about their club, right? But I feel it is important to have a Chelsea fan on to get their view on what is going on, because like we all know, I want to say behind the scenes, we all know what's going on with the ownership, or we kind of know what we're supposed to know with the ownership, but it's kind of like, I've asked a few times, is that impacting on the pitch? And people have told me no, but Mo, in your opinion, is it starting to impact what's going on the pitch in any sort of way?
And I'll be honest, I'd like to say that, but to me, that would be an excuse. They've handled it really well for a long period of time. This situation is not something that was introduced to us like in the last couple of weeks. And the way I'm looking at it is these players look checked out, man. They look done. They look like they have nothing to play for. Their motivation, the mentality. It's something I've seen across different managers. And today's performance for me was no different. And gifting teams goals is one of the things that is one of my biggest like sort of pet peeve with this team, and it's particularly this like the senior players that just have this moments of like absolute brain farts. I don't know what else to call it at this point, but when you're gifting teams like this that are so desperate to get any goal, anything pretty much, and they are then going to defend for their lives, you're making the game far too easy for them. We have struggled throughout the season with low blocks, so I expected them to be in a low block, but I felt like actually they pressed really well as a team. They didn't really allow us to play on their half as comfortably as we would have liked. But what I liked about, in particular, what they did was that in terms of having a game plan when it comes to going forward, I felt like the second half, they committed a little bit better. And because they committed, they were able to pounce on a mistake that happened with Azpilicueta, but they had two other opportunities that they could have easily scored in. So 1-0 at the end of this game looks like, you know what, maybe they could have even had more. Personally, from our side, missing chances or not putting chances away has been the story of our season, so I'm not shocked in that regard. But when Everton is as bad as they are and low in confidence as they are in the situation that they are, there is no business Chelsea has losing to them. Like, so we should not be losing. We shouldn't be even having this conversation, but we are, because at the end of the day, I think these players look clocked out, and I think a lot of people want to go for Thomas Tuchel and say, you know, does he have any blame in this? Maybe in the line selection, maybe in changing the game by putting players on a little bit sooner. But again, I feel like it's the same players that other managers have dealt with, and we've complained about for years. Personally, the off-field incidents that is happening, I don't like the circumstance in which it has happened. But I'll be honest, if we can get an owner like in Todd Bowley or whoever it is that ends up taking over, that actually has a plan, it's long-term, it's about sustainability, it's about careful planning, it's not about signing marquee players, it's about signing the right profile for the manager that you've hired. That's what I want at my club, and I've been screaming for this since when we brought Mourinho back, to be honest with you. He was screaming for it then because we had the right place to go get an attacking manager and actually get the right type of manager. But we chose to go back to Mourinho. Mourinho then did his thing, and don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for it. But ever since then, from a window perspective, we've done some horrendous signings. Like, it's just hasn't fit. And now a manager like Thomas Tuchel, who's as good as he is ending up with a squad that can't play a particular style of football that he's trying to implement, because these players are just not brave on the flipping ground. Like, as a professional footballer, if another teammate has to tell you to move into space so they can pass the ball to you, that's a problem, guys. I don't know how else to put it to anybody else. So it's so many different problems I can pick out, but that's like in a nutshell for me. I just feel like these players look clocked out to me right now.
So when you say clocked out, are you meaning because you've got nothing to play for? Or are you meaning some of them are clocked out as in, so it's not a case that you think it's a mass exodus or nothing like that. You just think there's nothing to play for now. You know what? They haven't got a World Cup even in the summer because the World Cup's been moved. So they haven't even got a place in the squad really to play for right now as well, which is probably a point that needs to be spoke about for every club a bit more.
Can I ask Mo a question?
Yeah, go on.
Mo, why does Tuchel continue playing 5 defenders in games? I mean, you're playing Everton today. You've got a back 3 and basically 2 fullbacks as wing back. That's 5 defenders in your team, and then you got what is it? Bum cheek in midfield with what's the one next to him?
Loftus Cheeks with an S.
Who played bum cheek? Who played with him today?
Kovacic,
yeah,
isn't it?
Kovacic came off the bench, and
he came off the bench,
Jorginho,
which I was surprised about. You're playing Everton today, and you're playing 5 defenders? Did you think you played into Everton's hands a little bit today, knowing they need the points?
No, I just think from an application point of view, like we've played 5 at the back in one game, so it's not like that changes. The formation, I think, is something that a lot of people tend to focus on. For me, it's always about application. You can apply these types of formations and play really well, but it's about how you apply yourself in the game. And within the game, in my opinion, there are certain habits that our players have. You have to understand Chelsea's philosophy for a long time hasn't been about, having a lot of the ball and being creative players and relying on the whole team to be creative together. They've been a team that relied on individuals. When you have like a player like Hazard, who all we did was we would defend well as a team, be compact, be able to actually do that hard part of the game, but pass to Hazard to do the difficult part of creating for whoever was playing at the front or finishing it himself. That's literally a team that has become so reliant on an individual to carry them in that aspect of the game. Suddenly now you have a coach that is actually requiring the whole team to create together and play together. When you have players that will rather recycle the ball than play brave balls into the middle or play brave ball out wide where there's opportunities for us to exploit or create overloads or even do overlaps, etc., to me, it's much beyond just a formational setup. It's players that just don't understand, collectively, you have to actually play together as a team to win games. Yeah. It's not, we're going to rely on Mason Mount or somebody else to just take us out of this madness that we're in. It's literally collectively, if you don't play well, you're not getting a result today. So, again, we create many chances, but unfortunately, finishing them is also yet another problem. So, it's become this problem for me, at least. It's become this problem because I think the collective is what needs to be addressed. It's not just about individuals, and a lot of people focus on individuals, which is why some people simplified us being title favorites by saying we signed Lukaku, we should be title favorites. And I'm like, guys, there's 5 years, and you can really run back 5 years, and last season being one of them, where we finished 19 points or more behind the league leaders. To jump to league favorites, to me, makes no absolute sense. It was a narrative that was being run because we won a Champions League, which doesn't make sense.
Mojo, can I say something real quick, bro? Because one thing that I really need to question is with Thomas Tuchel, this is his second time towards the end of the season that the team's starting to trail off, and you guys checking out per se is just an excuse now. It just doesn't. It's not acceptable.
Well, they did the same under
the fact that Arsenal. The fact that Arsenal 3 points.
They did it under other managers too, brother.
But Arsenal 3 points away from you, and you guys were so far clear. And now, I mean, you could almost be dragged back into the top 4 race, just like you was last season when you almost failed to finish in the top 4.
Well, that was something I was going to say. Let me pull it up. You know what? I won't pull it up. I'll pull it up. In fact, no, let me pull it up real quick. Bear with me. I've got it somewhere in it already.
I just think it's something we have to question, because it's something that we question about Brendan Rodgers, and it's something that's happening with Tuchel right now. And look, 19 wins this season. Arsenal have more wins than you. It's just really just not good enough as a team, and for Chelsea and how you guys hold yourself, European champions, world champions. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, he's not doing a good enough job right now. And whether you want to say he's got players from other managers, every team has players from other managers, and that is just such a boring excuse now.
Okay,
I mean,
so
Mo, looking at it, do you worry that you could be dragged into it? I mean, you're three points above,
guys. Let me be very clear. We're going to finish within top 4.
Yeah, 100%. Right? I would agree with that.
To me, I don't care if I finish 3rd or 4th. I think it's all about pride for people. What I care about is what the team is actually doing, and if there's actually been a significant improvement within the team or not. It's very fair to say from anybody's perspective right now, you're being dragged into something you shouldn't be dragged into, because points-wise, you were very clear a few weeks back. That's fair. You can literally say that. The fact of the matter is, what people don't want to look at is apply context to where context actually would explain certain things to you. So when you're talking about Arsenal Football Club have had nothing to worry about other than Premier League games for a long time, guys. They have no European football. They have no FA Cup to worry about that they usually like to win. They have no League Cup that obviously as of January they went out from. And they have literally got only the Premier League to focus on. The fact that Arsenal have just Premier League to focus on means to me that at the end of the day, you're going to be more fresher for games and you're able to actually get what is needed. The fact of the matter is they've also been very lucky for the most part up till recently with injuries too. We haven't been. So at the end of the day, the fact that we have been in third place for as long as we have been, whilst actually having bad results through what?
Did you say Arsenal have been lucky without injuries?
Say that again?
Did you say Arsenal have been fortunate without having any injuries?
Having
you just got two key
up till
injuries.
recently, guys.
What do you mean,
up till recently, guys. So in other words, what I'm saying to you is that they've not had major injuries to the players that they rely upon so heavily. Partey is a player that has been important to them, but nowhere near as important some of the other players that are getting on the score sheet.
Only because Nelly turned into Perlo somehow. Like
that's a good point. That is a good point. I mean,
I mentioned this to you guys as well.
But Kit, I'm gonna go to Kears in a second, right? Because I think he'll probably want to speak on it. What's that noise? Where's that coming from?
I can hear it though.
Or whatever that was. Yeah. I'll come to you in a second, Kears. But it is a good point because look, with Chelsea, I think Kovacic kind of coming in and out, that's been important because for me, he's one of their best players at the moment. I also think with Chilwell and Reece James, because like most clubs, a lot comes down the wings now, and with those two injuries, it is relevant. Now, I will say, I don't like Chelsea, City, United, Liverpool, any of us talking about injuries because for us, our squad should be big enough. Our squad should be able to ride all of that. But it is a good point that like I think the Chilwell one's massive because Alonso is not as good a cover as probably you'd say Asper or the other people they've got that can cover on the right.
I think he's just as bad. I think Aspie's just as bad at wing back as Alonso, really.
Yeah,
at least Alonso gets goals.
But defensively, he's a lot more experienced. A lot more experienced.
I'd rather Alonso in the back three, yeah.
But coming to Kears, because obviously Mo just said Arsenal haven't really had that many key injuries. Now, the Partey one right now is a key injury, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
But can you tell, have you had any other key injuries this season?
Yeah, I think Martinelli had a month out or 3 weeks out. Obviously, Kieran Tierney just got one for the season.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I don't think there really has been.
Tierney's a big injury.
Tierney being up for the rest of the season, that's massive. And
have you seen the way Tavares plays football?
Tavares is an awful footballer. He's shocking. He's shocking.
He's like Wan-Bissaka, but I think he's worse.
He's literally on that fullback position. He's terrible. So you could definitely say that's a key injury. And Partey is our best midfielder. So it's definitely two big key injuries, and so I still think it's a worry for Chelsea. Or even though we haven't been in Europe or whatnot, I still think us being 3 points behind you, with the amount of money you spend, I think it's a big worry for Chelsea. And I think Tuchel does need to get looked at, in my opinion.
Wait,
so Piers,
hold on, go on, Soups. Sorry, Soups, just quick.
Go on,
quick.
So, we got Wayne in the.
Now, hold on, let Mo finish, Soups. Let Mo finish.
Hold on. Let me just say, it's just to add on to his point that he was saying. Wayne saying injuries are a good point, but those covering players should be able to step up to the plate.
Yeah, exactly that.
So he's kind of saying that it's excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. With the amount of money they spent, you should be getting an injury and literally having somebody to fill that straight away.
Okay, so if we're going to talk about money, then let's do it properly, guys. In the last 3 seasons, Arsenal has spent more than us. So I don't know what we're talking about. Money spent doesn't give you any guarantees. Let's be frankly honest. We just do it as fans because it's the thing that we're supposed to do. You spend money, you're supposed to finish higher, etc. The thing is, guys, what's more important is if you spend your money correctly. Because at the end of the day, if you look at Man United Football Club, they have outspent us all and they're not finishing above us, guys. They did last season, but now look at their drop-off. So you can point out the money thing or the squad thing, but you have to understand at the end of the day, what all of this stuff depends on is, at least for me, is with the players that you have, can they do on the pitch what is being asked of them? And if they can't, it doesn't mean that they're actually depth. It doesn't mean that they actually can do what you... Say it again.
Those are big names. This is what I'm saying.
You lot are talking about. So here's the problem. You guys are talking about the attackers. I'm talking about my whole squad.
No,
so I'm talking about my wing backs. I'm talking about my midfielders. I'm talking about my centre backs. So I'm talking about the whole team as a whole. If you want to focus on the attacks because that's what apparently just makes up the team, then you can. It's up to you. But at the end of the day, a whole team has to be able to play together collectively. And collectively, we have injuries far more bigger than people realize, and people want to downplay it this season. We all saw Liverpool last season, literally what those key injuries did to them. It's no different in that regard with us. But the thing is, people don't want to highlight it. We've also, by the end of the season, we're going to have played 63 games out of a possible 66, the most in this, the most by any club in this Premier League. So at the end of the day, these things means that you are going to accumulate more injuries as a result of the fact that you're playing way more games. And the fact that you're not having enough.
Sorry, can I just say, Mo, I'm with you on that one. But I just wish that over the last 5 years, people would have given City that as well, because the amount of games we have played in the last 5 years, right? People need to understand that sometimes we have a little dip off. And I'm not saying you don't, but yeah, I get it. But we a lot of our clubs.
These are the contexts that people don't want to apply, because at the end of the day, when you're a fan,
but Mojo, you have like a 400 million pound attack.
Yeah,
who does?
Chelsea do. You have Werner, you have Havertz, you have Lukaku, you have Ziyech, you have Pulisic, you have.
Do you know what? Sorry, can I just stop? I don't want to do.
I've literally just addressed this point now, and you've gone back to the same point.
You know what, boys?
No. I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying that I know what they're worth doesn't amount to how good they are. But at the end of the day, if Chelsea is clearly a problem Chelsea have tried to address over these past 3 to 4 years, you constantly keep bringing in new and new attackers, and no one's finding the problem. No one's fixing the issue.
Sorry, can I just say something? George, I want to jump in here, yeah, because I want to move on. And I will defend how Mojo started this by saying kind of that, yeah, they've been going down this route too long, and he's hoping that the new owners that come in change it. Because I was saying to somebody yesterday, is it coincidence that no matter, if you look at all the managers Chelsea have had for many years, right, their style of foot and the different players that have come in, the style of football doesn't, I mean, it changes, but ultimately, predominantly Chelsea have been known for playing defensive football. So when you've got different players coming in, different managers coming in, but the style of football still remains, I don't want to call it boring because I'm not going to be disrespectful, but some might call it boring and say it's a bit defensive. It's like, do you know what? Maybe new owners is what that club, which is what Mo said at the beginning, maybe that is what they need, because they're not spending correctly. Or maybe from a business point of view, maybe they are spending correctly. But from a football point of view, it doesn't seem like they're spending correctly to me. And there doesn't really seem to be that, like Liverpool and City have got at the moment, we're going season in, season out, we're kind of battling. And neither of us are dropping off too much. Whereas before, under City's previous owners and under Chelsea's, it's dips, troughs. Like, sorry, that's the same dips and troughs, isn't it? It's peaks, lows. You win, then you drop off, win, drop off. And I think that might be the direction of the owners, to be honest, that they're not seeing things properly and putting things in place. But I don't want to talk too much on Chelsea. Now, I just want to touch on Everton really quickly.
Yeah, go on.
All
right,
Jamie, are Everton going down?
No, because they got lucky a day and won. And I think that's them staying up.
I think you're right.
That's them staying up, because I think they got Watford next in their next game. I believe they got Watford, and they got then Palace and then Brentford. So, no, I think Frank might have got away with it and got a bit lucky. And yeah, they go. I think they'll stay up. I think Leeds will go down.
That's what I think as well.
Yeah, Leeds' fixtures are disgusting. It shouldn't be allowed. You know what I mean?
Eagle-eyed, I've got to come to you.
I want Frank down. He disrespected my club. But you're right in saying that, like, they've given themselves a massive chance now that with their result today. Leeds fixtures are horrible. However, Leeds haven't been playing too badly though. So that could sway in their favour, where Everton haven't had the best of performances. Fair play to them today. They've obviously got the 3 points. Who have they got? Who have they got? Leicester, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
This is a thing, though. This is a thing. I've been saying this for a while. this time of the season, it's almost like I'd be naive to say no game is like easier than another, but we are seeing that a lot of teams need points right now, and a lot of owners need money right now, and so every game is gonna be a different challenge. When Leeds brought in their new manager, I kind of thought it was the wrong person, because he is about performances. He's not about results. He's about performances. So it's like, when you've got 10 games left, it kind of needs to be about results, not about performances. This is in September, so you can't say, "Oh, we're showing promise." Like, you're going to go down if you don't get the results. George, what are you saying? Are you saying Leeds, Burnley, Everton?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I thought Fat Frank was I thought it was a good appointment for Everton at the time, but as it's come to show, he's very poor, very, very poor, man. Like, he doesn't know how to defend. His teams don't know how to defend. So, I don't know. I think it's still going to be tight. I think Burnley are they can still go down. They got to play Villa twice, as well as playing Tottenham in between that. So, I think it could still be any one of them. If I had to predict, I would say Leeds. Hopefully, they do go down because they got so many good players that everyone could pick up. So, yeah, man, send Leeds back down to the champs.
Jamie, your team will be circling for some bargains, 100%. We'll move on to that later, though. Kears, what about you?
Again, I'm kind of going to echo what George said. I think at first, before the Chelsea game, I thought Everton were going to go down. But that win there, I don't think anybody was expecting that, even after the way Chelsea were playing in recent weeks. So I think I'm going to have to say Leeds as well. Just because of the fixtures that they've got. I think they still got to play us away. And they've got to play Chelsea away, I think, too. So they got some big games coming up. I don't think they can get the results. So I think Leeds will go down.
Cass?
Yeah, I agree.
Just get rid of Leeds, man. What's the point of them? Just bin them off, man. They're just handing out 3 points just about anyone. They even handing out 3 points to us. Like, just get rid of them. They're just useless, innit? Give us Calvin Phillips for 25 million and Rafinha for 10 if you want. I don't mind. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. Burnley, you know what? Burnley have been considered pretty much the Stoke of recent and when Sean Dyche was in charge. But now they're actually playing some decent ball. Like, I'm kind of intrigued to see how they develop, as Ben Mee as an assistant manager and that. So yeah, like I think Burnley got fight in them, and they definitely got a lot more about them than these do. I just get rid of Bielsa, man. This is some fraud of a manager. I thought he was decent. Get rid of him. I think he deserves a bigger club though, because he can't play.
Bielsa, bro. Where you been?
They got rid of him. It's Jesse Marsh.
Oh no, not him. Sorry, no, not Bielsa. The American Jesse guy, Marsh. Man. Just get rid of him, man. He's just useless as well. Any American manager, get rid.
I think they brought him in. No, his philosophy. I think they've just brought him in at the wrong time.
They've conceded a lot less goals with him in, though.
Yeah, they have.
They've been defensively better.
I just think, personally, for me, when they signed him, I kind of thought it was one of them ones where, and it's kind of similar to Everton and Lampard. I thought, go and bring a Allardyce in or something. To be fair, we thought Watford were maybe, out of all of them, doing the right thing with Hodgson. That just bring someone in that will keep you in the Premier League. Then if you want to do this whole philosophy thing, bring Jesse Marsh in the summer and let him start there. Don't bring him in to face a fucking a battle where you need and Mo, I think I have a feeling Mo might go with someone else, but who are you saying out of the three?
Man, it's difficult, I'll be honest. And I didn't see Leeds United getting dragged into this, but when you look at their next set of fixtures, and it's not looking good for them, I'll be honest. And I'm not really particularly impressed by their performances either. And yes, they're conceding less goals, but I don't also think that they look as threatening as they used to before, where you could see that they can actually break teams down or be able to commit forward and actually get goals. They're not firing on the front side of the thing. So I think it's going to be between Everton and Leeds. I'll be honest. I'm shocked to say that Burnley, firing their manager, have started to pick up points. Like, if I'm correct, they've won 3 games in a row. Is this correct?
Yeah.
I'm genuinely shocked. I don't know what to say. A team that was struggling to get wins together, all of a sudden fires their manager and just suddenly won 3 games in a row. Especially this last game, it was against Watford that they won, and after scoring the 83rd and 86th minute, and I'm like, Yeah, like it's things like that. Like at the business end of the season, guys, for me, it's never really about performances. It's always about getting those results.
Yeah,
and like
100%.
Honestly, I feel like Burnley are more likely to get results, which is why I feel like they probably won't be getting dragged into this again.
You know what it is? I feel like they've got players. I said this about Everton, right? When Everton started getting dragged into it, and I link this back to my club when we dropped to the Championship, then to the First Division. That if I go back and look at the players we had back then, they were players that weren't up for they weren't up for a relegation battle, let alone up for coming back up. They just weren't built like that. They didn't care, right? They did not care. And I feel Everton have a group of players a bit like that. They'll get moves elsewhere.
Yeah,
Leeds have some
you could
players.
say the same though with Leeds.
About Leeds, you can, but I think Burnley maybe is more of a group of players that they don't necessarily they care that little bit more, and maybe they think they might not get that. They haven't got really many superstars.
Do you know what their running is?
What Burnley's?
Sorry, Leeds.
Yeah, go on.
So Leeds have got Arsenal away,
Chelsea there,
Leeds at home, Chelsea at home.
Yeah.
Then they got Brighton at home, and then end of the season they got Brentford.
Brighton smoked Wolves at the weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, 3-0
away. Yeah.
This league is not making sense, man. I don't know what's going on.
The thing with Leeds though, they like yesterday, they actually played well in that first half against City yesterday and quite threatening.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did the watch along, hoping. I got pissed off at you. City, I thought Leeds did well in the first half. They got, you know what Leeds are? Leeds are like a porn star that can't finish. That's what they are. They're like a porn star that can't finish. That's what Leeds are. They've got all the action up front, but they can't end it. And that's Leeds Football Club at the moment. And they're struggling to finish teams off because, let's face it, they should have scored 2 yesterday in that first half. And they play so erratically. And I can't see them staying up. I can't see them staying up.
How many home games does Everton have left? Because that's going to be key. Because their away form is terrible.
I mean, it should be 2-2 really, but it might not be. To be fair, I haven't got the fixtures. Soups, do you want to look that up for us, quick? Okay. Soups, do you want to do the comments? In fact, first, then we'll move on to the next subject, which will be Arsenal, and let's talk Arsenal and Tottenham. Mo, I appreciate you coming on. If you want to stay on, stay on. If you want to talk Arsenal, Tottenham. If you don't, then
no problem, man. And I'm gonna actually dip, and I believe Everton have got 2 home games left. Just to let you guys know,
3. Okay. They got 3.
Appreciate you coming on, Mo.
Yeah, they got 3. They got Watford.
Yeah, that's away to Watford. They're playing away to Watford.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, they got 2. They got 2.
Brentford and Palace is at home. That's the 2 teams.
Yeah, Brentford and Palace.
Anyway, so Mo's going to be on Egal TV with me at, is it 10 o'clock, Mo?
At 10 o'clock, yeah.
At 10, yeah. And next week he's going to be in here on Friday at 8 p.m. and we're going to be getting really into depth about Chelsea. So catch you later, Mo. I appreciate
God bless, guys. Take care.
Soups, do you want to go through the comments quick? Then we'll get into the Tottenham Arsenal. And people, smash the like if you're watching this, please. It means a lot. Soups,
okay, yeah. So AQP saying they sacked Bielsa too late.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Too late.
Yeah, I agree.
Would you all agree with that? Yeah.
And Kevin saying he wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea finished 5th.
4 games, the hardest
5th.
Yeah, a bit of a stretch.
You know, the only thing I would say is I said the other day on a show, the reason why I don't think they would is because I can't see United. Well, let's say United in it no more, in my opinion. I can't see Arsenal or Chelsea or Tottenham putting a run together to overtake them. But it's kind of getting to a point now where, you know what, maybe I think the biggest thing Chelsea have on their side is the fact that Arsenal and Tottenham have to play each other.
Yeah.
So they can't really.
That might be the decider for top 4.
No, but that will be the decider for the 4th place. If they draw, that don't put Chelsea out. If one of them wins, that don't put Chelsea out. So for that reason alone, Chelsea probably stay in top 4. But I think if it wasn't for that, I think there's a good shout that Chelsea could be dragged into it. But any other comments, Soups, we need to get through?
Yeah, Akil's saying that Leeds are going down. He's saying that with his chest. And then Wayne's saying that Leeds will survive. So opposite ends of the spectrum there. Akil's also saying he thinks Everton players went up to a relegation battle. Their fans were in denial as well. But now it looks like they've accepted the reality finally, and that could save them.
Yeah, could good. I agree with
that. Right. What's up with Villarreal? That's like he's doing his best impression of Emery, there, isn't it? Everton.
Okay.
Good evening.
So right, keep the comments coming in. Keep smashing that like button. Right, but the one we need to get into now is Arsenal Tottenham. Now, both of you have had good results today. Going to come.
I like how they're both on this. Like right there.
Keep them apart, them man can argue. Them man can really argue. George, I'm going to come to you first. I predicted a 4-1 today. It was a 3-1. I think Leicester with their midweek game. And tell us about the game real quick. How did you play?
Leicester, as you said, they had the midweek game, so they did already look a bit leggy. Starting off the game, they played pretty well. They was on the front foot. Tottenham, it's what we typically tend to do. If a team starts pressing us high early in the game, our players tend to just sit back, hold tight, and play deep, and play on the counter attack. But we just caught them well. The first goal, my boy Romero, man, Rolls-Royce Romero. That is what you call a top defender. I think signing of the season, for me, 100% signing of the season.
For you boys.
I think in the Premier League. Honestly, if you watch him play, no. Sorry, just give it a second.
I'll give you top three.
You understand. He's definitely better than Varane, better than White, better than Gabriel.
Wow.
Anyone
who's
got a centre back here for him. We can have words.
I might even challenge that.
Wait, let's not talk over each other.
I was going to say Jose Sarr was probably the sign of the season for Wolves. I think he's immense, but yeah.
I mean, there might be someone in the top right corner that wants to throw.
Yeah, there's always
Diaz was serious.
But yeah, he played really well. He won the ball for the first 2 goals. Won it quite high, pressed high, won the tackle, got us in the transition. The first goal, Harry Kane header, and then the second goal, Heung-min Son. The third goal is one thing that we do have to talk about. My man, Heung-min Son, Kulusevski come off the bench. Big impact, 8 assists. That's more assists than anyone in the Arsenal team. Just to let you know, he only came. He only came in February. Just to let you know, 8 assists in the Premier League. It's 5th, by the way. Just to let you know. And Heung-min Sonaldo, I've been. This guy we need to have.
Let me ask you, man, a question. Yeah, I know I love Ji-Sung Park, but he is, I think, the best Asian player to actually grace the Premier League.
He's the best Asian player I've seen ever.
I don't care what he's won at United. Song's ridiculous, but he's a purple patch player at the end of the day.
I'm not hearing this no more because 19 goals, 19 Premier League goals, non-penalty goals. That's more than Salah. So he's getting the people's golden boot. Let's get one thing straight. Best winger in the league. That finish. Tell me one
Only
thing.
trophy they're gonna ever get.
Can Salah do that finish on his weak foot? Outside the box, flick it to the left.
Jamie?
Top bins. He couldn't dream about it. He could not dream about it. He couldn't dream about it.
But apparently he did it in the Champions League, to be fair.
By the corner flag.
I don't remember this. I don't remember this. I ain't seen him score goals like this. I see Son do this week in, week out. But yeah, man, big 3 points for us. Big win that we needed. But yeah, we go to Liverpool next week. We go to Anfield. It's a big game where we need some points. I'm not going to act here and be deluded and say we're going to go there and beat them because it's Anfield at the end of the day. But
Liverpool Tottenham is interesting. They're quite interesting, to be fair. Let's say that again. Liverpool and Tottenham games are pretty interesting because it's an automatic 3 points for Liverpool, isn't it? So
you sound like it's a bit more hope there, Kaz, though.
Because it's typically Liverpool. It's the.
Hold on, earlier in the season, I don't believe it was it?
It was 2-2. It was 2-2 earlier in the season.
Yeah,
both games 2-2.
But
they've only played once.
Come on, form now, man.
Oh my bad.
I can't see it. I don't get Spurs. Yeah, they have an immense game one like today, immense against Leicester, but then the next week they're absolutely.
There's no in between with us. You're right, bro. I can't lie. You either get Tottenham playing great or Tottenham playing shit. And there's no in between. You get one or the two turn up. So hopefully at Liverpool we get the great Tottenham. Otherwise, you're right.
You might even hand Man City the title,
3 or 4. But yeah, that's what I mean. If
there's no handing, hold on. There's no handing. Calm down with that.
Come on, that.
Come on. Let's face it.
We get a point at
Anfield. They won, man.
Listen, George. listen, after you took 6 points off of us this season, we deserve you to go and get something off of them, bro. We need you. It's time that you give us some of that charity that you give them, man. Real talk. Because you've been throwing charity their way, taking points off of us. How dare you? You and Palace, both of you, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should do what Kears does and just bow down and let us get them 6 points, right? But Kears,
Kears got them 3 points at the first half, didn't he? For that first half.
Oh, the first half, they got the 3 points.
Yeah.
Kears, we'll come to you in a second. But George, just quickly, going into that game next week, and I'm asking this for my personal side. Do you think you can go there and get a point? Please, just get a point. That's all.
I think we can get a point. I don't think we can get 3. I'll be totally honest. If we do get a point, I think it's going to be very hard fought. Probably an early goal, and then we're going to have to hold out for the onslaught. That will be the Liverpool attack. But it'll be a big point either way. For
massive
us,
point, bro. Huge. Listen, you get that point. That will take, and we win. That will take our lead to 3 points, and 3. No, if they get a draw. Sorry, if they get a draw.
Yeah.
Oh, then you got a game in hand. Yeah.
If they get a draw, it'll be 3. It will be 3 points ahead of them. Now we're only 1 goal behind you on goal difference. If we go and get a win next weekend, that'll equal that out. And then here we go. Business end of the season, points.
If any of us draw our games now to the running, it's over. Simple.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so George, are you feeling confident about top 4 still?
I'm still confident, man. The way that I see it is I see Arsenal messing up. As you guys said, they got games against Everton, they got games against Leeds, 2 sides battling relegation, and then they got Newcastle in between as well as Spurs. They got to come to the lane. As everyone else has seen, when you come to the lane, Bando, Kane, and Hedy Son are just waiting. They're running the ends, man. They're firing. So
Bando, Kane, and Hedy Son, you know.
just make sure you're ready, man.
Well, we've got kids. What are you saying? Here's your time, brother. Here's your time.
I mean,
you're 4th. But let me hold on. Let me give you one of these quick.
Yeah.
You're 4th. Right. I've just upped you. So you're 4th. You're above them. This is like me talking to Liverpool right now. When you're above someone, you can talk with chest. So go on.
This is what I'm saying. That I'm not gonna speak too mad because I'm humbled now. Before I used to go all out and he used to come back on me. I'm not really on that no more. So what I will do is just say, look, here's what it is. Yeah, the NLD, I can't see you not winning that game. That's my humble opinion. Simply because I just feel like when it comes to big games with Arsenal now, I think we've got that different bite that we never used to have. Like I even heard Alan Smith say in commentary today, like I think we've gone a bit more streetwise, like seeing out games and stuff like that. We're a tough nut to crack now, and I feel like we'll get the job done, either a draw or a win.
How recent are you meaning?
I'm probably talking this season. I'd say this season, maybe just a bit towards the end last season.
I don't know about getting games done, bro. I could take you back to a game on the 2nd of January where you kind of struggled to get a game over the line, bro.
No, that was that's just.
Is this true?
VR tax.
Whoa,
is that true? Is that what you're saying? Is that true? You said Arsenal haven't won at White Hart Lane in
the league. Yeah, they
in the league. Yeah. That's
they beat us in the League Cup, but
but that's vice versa as well.
See, I feel like I need one of them things that looks at the games because let's say that Tottenham get no points at Liverpool, right? Unfortunately, let's say Tottenham lose at Liverpool, Arsenal win their game.
There'll be 5 points clear,
and that's done.
I think it'll be done. I think it'll be done after that.
So even if you win the North London derby, George, and you're still 2 points behind them.
There's 2 games to play. 2 points, 2 games to play. If they drop points in
this
one,
is going to be tight.
In it, Arsenal playing Leeds, I swear.
We have Burnley and Norwich. They have Leeds and they have Newcastle and Everton. So they do have 2 tough games. It's going to be. I think it's going to go down to the last game.
Is that St James's Park?
Yeah, that's not going to be trouble for us.
No, what do you mean? Are you this Newcastle?
Whoa, that might be trouble. That might be trouble for you.
I watched Newcastle against Liverpool. I know obviously Liverpool are clear of us, I know, but they look terrible, man. If we just stay defensive.
It doesn't look terrible against Liverpool, really.
It's true, but I just can't see Newcastle winning that game or even getting a point. I just can't see it.
I see St. Maximan ripping your fullback. I can't lie.
He's got no end products with that guy, man.
You don't need them products. Not when you got Big Joe Linton instead of it going behind the stripe.
That Saint Maximin is one of the worst footballers I've ever seen.
He
just runs in circles. He goes from A to B to C back to A again. Man goes nowhere. He just shakes his shoulders like that and does his hips like he's on strip.
And it works. How dare you? You're attacking the streets with that comment. Is everything okay?
Fuck the streets. He's got no end product.
You're that sort of guy. I can sum him up.
Jamie, you're so right. I hate that player.
If he was a United fan, he'd probably want Dan James, McTominay, Rashford, Lingard all on the same pitch at once, and probably wants a bit of heart and soul and passion, innit? No street, no football, keep it nice and simple, innit?
Yeah, but what does Saint Maximin give you?
4-4-2.
Yeah, but
Kaz, think of it like this, Saint Maximin. If you look at a player like Zaha, he actually scores Crystal Palace goals. He gets them goals. The end product. Saint Maximin brings nothing to Newcastle.
No, but if you got to think of the team. No. Hear me out.
I'm going to politely disagree with that one. ASM literally was carrying Newcastle, and now he's part
you lot are mocking him.
I've spoken on him before. I've spoken on him before in a bad way. Then I've
Saint Maximin was carrying Newcastle before.
Yeah, but
he's okay. He's definitely okay, but I just don't think he's anything special.
Start for Arsenal, bro.
Nah, not a chance. Not a chance.
You know what? For me, he's one of these players that I like because I was with you. I was not. I thought he was dead, right? But then I would like Iwobi. Someone, hold tight, Joseph. But then I watched him one particular game and he was on smoke. I thought, you know what? I need to calm down. But he's someone I'm definitely not going to get overhyped about. I need to see him maybe when they're bringing a few more players. To see what he's really about, because he's one of these like if anyone says for Liverpool, for City, for Arsenal, he could. I'm not hearing that. I need to see a lot more before you start talking him in those type of. But you know what? He's still, how old is he? Like 20, 25?
23?
20, so he's still got a lot of him.
Something like that. 23, 24. He's young, man.
But he needs to, again, I haven't really seen him do it in a big game neither. So I need to see him start doing it in big games or doing it consistently. One of the two. Otherwise.
I agree, but what's saying
two players, Rafinha or Saint Maximin? Who you having?
Rafinha.
They're two different players. Though. The difference is,
different level.
The ball. 9 times out of 10, Rafinha loses the ball. Yeah, he's a turnover merchant. He's a great player. No. 9 times out of 10, he's scoring goals for you. If you watch Leeds, Rafinha's a turnover merchant. Yeah, don't give me that because please go check if you want to. Yeah, but the thing is, he's a sick player because he'll get your goal, he will score you a banger and everything, and he will dribble past players. At 1v1, he's there to lose the ball. But Saint Maximin, what he does for Newcastle, he brings the ball up the pitch. He doesn't lose the ball. He can actually drag his team up by his footwork and so forth. And that's what he's been doing in a 5-3-2 or 5-4-1 pretty much for Newcastle all season. Like he actually does different in a tactical aspect. He actually does a lot of things. Maybe he doesn't have the end product, but that's not on him to really be finishing. He's a winger. He's not an inside forward at the end of the day. He's a winger.
I don't know how we've got onto Newcastle. I want to switch you back to Arsenal quick. Kiers, today's performance, what do you think?
It wasn't that great. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't a great performance. I didn't expect it to be. I wasn't even expecting a win, if I'm honest. I thought it was gonna draw that game. And
Lanzini in the middle of the park.
Oh. Yeah, even after their Frankfurt loss as well. Because I knew they were gonna be tired, but just West Ham away, the occasion, last kickoff on a Sunday, I couldn't visualize a win. But
after that, Europa League, they were working hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were working hard for 90 minutes, but still, we got the job done. I think Eddie Nketiah, I think he had a great game today. I feel like he's improved a lot. I didn't really like him from before. I wanted to get rid of him.
He's paying for a contract, don't you think?
Yeah, he's paying for a contract.
Doing a Gabriel Jesus. Him and Jesus right now are both playing. Jesus don't want to go Arsenal.
Jesus 100%.
And Nketiah wants to stay.
That's the thing. I'm not trying to hear that Jesus playing to fight for his place. I feel like it's an audition for Arsenal because he agreed terms. That's what people understand.
Got several Premier League.
That is a load of rubbish.
You're happy to
He's putting himself out there because he wants to go and play in a big Champions League club. You see, he's scoring all these goals. He does not want to be at Arsenal. There's no way he's playing this good to play.
Yeah, but I'm hearing that he agreed terms though. That's the reason why I'm saying that. So
that was lies.
I just don't. I don't know. If we get him, listen, I'd love to get Jesus. I think he's
a great signing.
Great
I'd be sad to see him go. It's a great signing. I'm loving seeing him score. I don't believe that. I've said this before with managers like Pep. I think with managers like Klopp, once they've decided that you're no longer required, you can go and score several goals. Pep's not going to turn around and go, well, actually, he's played for us for like 4 or 5 seasons. Pep's not going to turn around and just take that. But I hope he stays. But Nketiah, I thought he had a good game. If it's City against Real Madrid, someone will tell you that he missed a lot of chances. However, for me personally, I don't think he missed chances. There were half chances that he nearly scored. So
bottom bins as well, man.
He
looks Michael, you know.
And it's always good when you see a striker that's willing to let it off from that far out as well. It shows some confidence.
Would you be happy if Arsenal didn't sign a striker next season? You went with Nketiah up front.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Wait, in the Champions League as well.
Yeah, anything. We need a striker regardless of anything that happens.
You Arsenal fans, make me sick. You make me sick.
So Eddie, I can guarantee there'll be one Arsenal fan out there that would rather have Eddie up front for a whole season than Jesus.
Not Lee Gunner.
Lee Gunner. So he wants Eddie up front next season.
I said there's one Arsenal fan. I said guarantee Lee Gunner don't want him there.
Nah, there's no way an Arsenal fan, a real Arsenal fan, can sit there and say they rather have
real
Eddie.
One is that? Can I clip that and send that to him?
You can clip it. That's perfectly fine. There's no way anybody wants Eddie up front next season. I definitely don't. No way.
Can I second?
Go on. Yeah.
The only reason being, as a Palace fan, we've been linked with Nketiah all season.
Yeah.
And I don't want him either.
That's what I'm saying. So that just speaks for itself. Really.
But
my bad.
On the flip side,
that you do want him. I thought you said you do want him for next season up front, starting up front.
You know, Palace. Oh, who me? Oh no, no, I don't want him. I don't want him.
I thought you did want him. That's what I was thinking. Like, wait, did you really just say that?
Oh yeah, no, I don't want him.
To contradict to what I just said in the flip side, the fact that he's going as a free transfer, it's like, all right, fair enough, you can come and fight for a place, sort of thing. But I wouldn't. I think it was 15, 20 million they were saying.
Yeah, 20 million linked.
Oh, Charles.
This is what I'm saying. As a Palace fan, you can do a lot better than Eddie up front. A lot better. Even Edouard, he's better than him.
He's sitting on our bench.
This is what I'm saying.
I think you take him to keep him though. You keep him as backup though, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. The problem is that he doesn't want to be.
He doesn't want to be backup.
He has to go. It just is what it is, really. He has to go.
So I'm going to ask you the same question. How confident are you about top 4? That might have answered the question.
He doesn't want to get carried away. You can see in his face.
The thing is, part of me saying we're going to get it.
Say it with your chest, bro.
No, I do. You know what? You're right. I do think.
Yeah, you're right.
I do think we're going to get Arsenal.
All part of it.
Let him finish, Cass. Let him finish. Because you're not in the top 4 conversation, bro.
I think we can definitely get it. And I am confident that we are going to get it, simply because I think them last 2 games of the season, I think, Newcastle and Everton, I know they're going to be difficult games. Obviously, Everton fighting for relegation. Newcastle don't really have anything to play for. So, I mean, we can go there. We're fighting for top 4. We haven't been in the top 4 for about 6 years. So, if you go there and you can't beat Newcastle, fighting for nothing, what is it really? So, I think that's a 6 point. Those are 6 points. I think Tottenham have Burnley and Norwich. Burnley and Norwich last 2 games of the season.
Tottenham?
Yeah, Tottenham. I think that's 6 points as well for them.
Yeah.
I literally think it all goes down to that NLD. And I think if we get a draw at that game, I think we've got it. If we lose, my mind completely changes if we lose that NLD.
And if Tottenham get anything against Liverpool, then you're going to.
Oh yeah, no, you can't. I can't have that. I need Liverpool.
I've got a question for you then. So considering you spent how much million? 250 million or something like
150
or something like that. Yeah. Or since Arteta has been involved as a whole, is this season, regardless if he gets Champions League football or not, is it a success?
I think if we get top 4, it's a success, 100%. Because nobody banked us to get it. Literally, not one person out there.
Kiers, you know what you're doing tonight. Kiers, do you know what you're doing tonight? Yeah, you're being mad respectful. You're not treating lists like Big Six bands. Listen, a Man United fan who bought Varane, Ronaldo, Sancho in the summer, and have spent whatless amount of money over how many seasons, have just asked you if you going from the position you finished last season to finishing fourth would be a success or not. This club finished second last year, bought Varane, Ronaldo, Sancho, and he's asking you questions.
Yeah,
no,
because I just thought it was a genuine question.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Yeah, am I not co-hosting and also asking some questions? Yeah, you want to bring it back to Man United? Fuck Man United, bro. We're not even talking. As you said,
well, you said it. Fuck Man United. You said it. Agreed.
Yeah, I know. And I can say that. And I'm sick of them. We're not talking about Man United. I'm asking him a genuine question in his personal opinion.
I hear that. Because if it was Corey Daps, then I would be going all out. He's delusional. Big up cause. He's delusional. But I hear what Kathy's saying 100%. I think if we was to get Europa League, if I change my mind, I don't think it'll be a failure. But I would be very disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, very disappointed. But top four, I'll definitely call it success, 100%.
All right. So, Soups, you want to get through the comments quick? Then we're gonna talk Palace next. I think we'll say.
I've got a lot of bag of questions for Palace. And when I mean a bag,
right, people talking about St. Maximin saying he's a bit like a Wiyj.
You like that one, didn't you, Soups? You like that one.
No, I did. Kevin said you're not winning at Anfield, even.
Who? Tottenham now. I can't see Tottenham winning. I can see them getting a point though.
I can see Conte losing
Wayne
his
saying,
head.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Any others? We're good to go.
He's saying, Wayne saying, to quote Daps, Man United have made CR7 look like a championship player.
Oh, Wayne, you're going.
Even though he's got more. Wait. What did he say? Wait, to quote Man United, a championship player. I swear this guy's got more goals than like certain man at their certain clubs. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's big age.
Bro?
If anything, no. Let's just flip it. CR7 has made Man United actually look decent this season. That's the difference. We look
he hasn't. No, he hasn't. He hasn't made.
What he's done, he's Man made United, your team.
Wait, let me tell you now. Yeah, we look like a championship side, not the other way around.
Well, that's not a good team.
No, we're shit, bro. We got the worst midfield in the league, and we've also got the worst fullbacks in the league. I don't care, fam. Dead. Anyways,
no, you just said that it made your team look better. You mean he made?
No, he does because he's actually getting goals, bro.
No, you mean Ronaldo looks good because your team is so bad?
No, because he's making us look good.
No, he doesn't make you look good. You don't look good.
No, I know he's hey, out of sentimental thing.
You got played off the park by 20th in the league. You don't look good.
Yeah, no, because he's scoring us goals and getting us to the position we are. Yeah, let's face it. He don't contribute to the play too much, but he's scoring us goals and getting us to a position. Yeah, sixth. So what? And without Ronaldo,
second last season. Without Ronaldo, second
will be like 10th or whatever. Yeah, but if you stick anyone else up front this season of what we've got available, we probably would be realistically about 10th. Realistically,
I don't disagree with that, but you've gone from second to sixth since you signed Ronaldo. That's
I don't mind. That's Ollie's fault because Ollie sucks, bro. He's not. It's that fat Frank, bro. No tactics, just vibes.
How long's the Ollie excuse going to fly around for as well?
Bro, don't do that, man. Don't do that. He brought in Wan-Bissaka. Oh my god. Anyways, it's about Palace. Let's go. Go on.
Well, that's a good thing from Wan-Bissaka, to be fair. So it's good to have you on. Firstly, I was cheering you on. I wanted you in that final. I think it would have been good. Even as a City fan, to see the Liverpool and Palace fans, it would have been a good atmosphere. Covent Garden, it was mad. I've been saying for seasons and seasons I want to get to a Palace game. From I saw City Palace and didn't stop singing. But I kind of want to talk more on since Vieira's arrived. You didn't start the season amazingly.
No, it took a while to get his whole philosophy embedded. And what I want to give him credit for is like some managers need 3-4 years. Ample amount of signings and stuff. Vieira made 6, got rid of a lot of old heads, and he already had the style of play, and it just needed a bit of time to bed in. And I think once we got our first win, our first home win was Spurs, I believe, at home. And that was
George. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, I was at that game. It was horrible to watch.
And that was after the 2-2 draw against West Ham when we came back twice. So from that moment on, it was like, oh wow, like we're playing good football. We're having teams come to Sellers Park and we're giving them a good game. And it's kind of been like that all season. The only disappointing thing from our point of view is that we've either not won games because we haven't taken our chances, or we've conceded very late goals. And I think we've drawn 14 or 15 games this season. I'd say 10 of them we should have won. So if you were to chuck another 20 points there, we're sitting in the European space. That's how crazy this season's been, you know. But other than that,
that's a big shout, you know.
I've been happy.
20 points.
I think of all the draw, I think 10 of those games we should have.
Anyone could say that. What, we could have beat Chelsea somehow and all these other crap teams before, but like that we drawn so much.
What I'm referring to, Cass, is the manner in which we lost those points. A lot of them have been 95-minute goals.
Yeah, true.
And are you crediting Vieira with a lot of this?
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah. And our owners as well. Like, they've obviously bought into what, because remember, we used to just park the bus, and this is I'm not discrediting what Hodgson done for us, because like he stabilized us as a club.
Yeah.
But we've gone from literally relying on Zaha and maybe Eze to actually having a squad where we could just bench Chelsea if we feel like it.
Yeah.
Edwards didn't start the game in ages. Zaha didn't start yesterday. Do you understand that? It's crazy to transition in one year. Now
give us a leash, man.
At least
At least and Esse, they're both ballers.
He might go in the summer. I can see clubs coming in for him straight away.
100%.
You know what? With Vieira, I don't know. I think Vieira might be able to keep hold of him.
See, I think so.
Palace.
I think so.
So Palace at the moment are 12.
I am nervous.
Mate, if a big club comes in for him, he's no chance.
Okay,
so not United then.
So Palace are 12 on 34 games played. They've got 41 points. Do you think that they could sneak into the European places?
Nah. I think the Newcastle defeat and the Leeds draw didn't help.
But West Ham are only on 52 points.
I think we're running out of games, to be honest.
Yeah, it's 4 left now. 4 left.
Yeah, it's not many games left. But if we could finish in the top 10, then that would be a plus. I think if we win,
good successful season, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's a good season.
I think we've got a game in hand on the Seaweeds. So if we win
on the who?
Night, I don't mention
he can't say their name. He can't say
what, Brian?
Yeah,
hate them.
Whenever I'm going to be 100, whenever I hear that, no, I'm not going to say it on air. Don't worry. It's just the beef. I can just imagine it's to do with country lines and stuff.
All right, I'll give them credit for their footballing style. Graham Pott's done a great job there, but they've made up this rivalry that we don't care about it. And they're just obsessed.
Well, you said you hate them, so clearly you must
for them being so obsessed.
It sounds like you've dipped into this obsession. You might be, if you're hating someone, that must mean you've been obsessed with them in some way too. The hate is a strong word.
You're saying you hate them because they hate you.
Good point.
They hate us because they hate us.
I blame Twitter. It's them.
Oh, amen for that. Amen for that. I blame Twitter for everything, bro. It's fine.
There you go. But yeah, if we win our game in hand, I think we've gone ninth.
So I've got 2 questions on you. The first one is, do you feel worried that the other clubs are going to float around Vieira?
You know what? Now that Arteta's doing a decent job, I think we're all right. There was a lot of talk of Arsenal fans wanting Vieira.
I can see him maybe leaving. If he does another successful season next season, then maybe. Yeah. But I think he's got his little project at Palace. Why would he want to ruin that?
Yeah. And this is it. And I think that goes with players as well. Like, I know obviously Elise, I think we'll do good to have him for another year.
He needs a project. He needs a project on his e-portfolio as a manager, his CV. Do you know what I mean? If he can deem that's a successful project, then other managers, I don't know why, but I can see Dortmund getting him in the next few seasons. When they keep chopping, changing managers, I can just see it. If it's
I'm going to say it here and now. And I got kind of someone's like, why are you talking about the end of next season? But I'm going to call this right now, right? For me, I think Arsenal get top 4 this season, but I also think that's their ceiling. I can't see how, after they get top 4 under Arteta, and with the fact that, yes, United, no one's going to be scared of them, Cass, but United, I do feel, will strengthen, and under Ten Hag could come back. You've got Tottenham are going to keep pushing. They're going to spend more money, I think, now.
If Conte doesn't leave.
Newcastle, even if they'll get another manager, Tottenham are not going to drop off. They're going to get another manager, right? Then you've got Newcastle coming through. And I feel like with Arteta and with Pep Klopp, that's going to carry on. I can't see how Arsenal are going to maintain top 4 next season if they get it, right? Now, if they don't get it, we know what Arsenal fans are like, not speaking about all, but we know they will come for Arteta's neck, right? If they drop from 4th to 5th or 6th, they will come for his neck. They will, right? The board might listen at that point. If Vieira has had another good season at Palace, end of next season, Vieira to Arsenal.
Yeah, Vieira's going to have a lot of suitors, to be honest. Like I said, a team like us, we're actually a ball-playing side all of a sudden. You know, and
100%. I agree with that.
You've got nothing to say. Back your manager, bro.
I'm just, you know what? I was just trying to think of like different scenarios in my head just then.
But Arsenal, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like if I personally don't think Arteta is gonna get sacked anytime soon. In it, I think even if he was to finish outside the top 4 this season, I think he'll still be here next season. And I think the same goes for the next one. If we don't get top 4, I still because what it is, people need to look at it's all good when they're saying, oh yeah, get rid of him, this, that. We sack Arteta, who are we gonna bring in? There's no one out there that can change that. The way we're playing now, I like it. I like our style, I like our philosophy. Like I can't see anybody else coming in and doing a better job. As far as Conte now, I think if Tottenham don't get top 4 this season, I personally think Conte walks. And again, I can't see who they're going to bring in. Who are they going to bring in?
There's plenty of managers out there. I feel like this is a myth. There's a myth that there's no managers available, and there's plenty of good managers available, and they're out there.
Remember the one
I will go to
Tottenham. The one at Benfica. They're the 2 managers.
Roberto Mancini.
That's a good shout. Mancini's floating about.
I think he could be up for a job, and he is probably the best manager out there. That's not a part of a club football right now. So there's still good managers. I mean, there's Enrique. There's Valverde. There's just a few good names that you could get. And I personally think that even if there is a possibility that Conte walks, we're not going to be too worried next season. But just to say something about Palace, I was going to say to Rich, I do think one thing that you guys do need to try and hold down is sign Sam Gallagher. You need to sign him. He's what a player.
Task, isn't it?
It is going to be a hard task, but if you can get him for 35, even if it's 40 million, just pay the money because he's a player that can really develop a lot more. And right now,
I was going to say that
how he's, I wouldn't say carrying, but how the system is focused around him, sort of maneuvering. I think your team can only get better with him.
We saw it in the semis as well, to be fair, without him.
We missed him. Don't get me wrong. Listen, our board will do all they can to sign him, but they also won't want to get ripped off because we ain't a club like that's got ample bump. We don't have loads of money, you know. We were lucky.
Well, apparently you want Wan-Bissaka back. You can have him for free.
I think it's looking at like 10 million, which is all right because like.
I can't see it being 10 million. I can see it probably being 20.
What? Sometimes when people, Zaha went back and now he's looking. So maybe sometimes.
And you know what? With the Wan-Bissaka thing, like I'm torn because defensively I'll be happy to have him because then it can allow Elise to just do what he does best. But we've changed our playing style. So do I want a more adventurous right back? So I'm torn. If you're talking 20 million, I'd rather us go and try and nick Jed Spence from Nottingham Forest.
13 million. That's who I want at Man United, man.
I want him at Spurs as well.
Good player, man. He would suit Spurs a lot at right wing back.
He would.
A lot. Max Harrison's just got relegated. So
So last one on Palace. So we talked a bit on players. So next season, what would you like to see happen finish wise?
Top 10 again, I think is a reasonable achievement. I think it's all going to be dependent on our window because as much as we've played well, we are so short of players. Tyreek Mitchell has played nearly every game this season. Quality player. If we
might take him at City.
If Guy Henderson get injured, it's James Tompkins or Martin Kelly.
That's still got James McArthur, bro, I swear.
James
McArthur's gone under this season as well, by the way.
McCarthy's been brilliant, by the way.
Yeah.
Coyote's 31-32. Clyde and Ward have been all right backs. We actually need players.
You actually need Wan-Bissaka.
Clyde and Ward.
You need Klein.
A goalkeeper.
We do.
As a lot of people, within our back five, we need a lot of players, and especially a goalkeeper because we're playing up from the back. And Gaeta's good shot stopper, a bit wobbly on his feet. Butland's better on his feet, but not as good as a goalkeeper. We need to somehow find a merge of the two. So we got a lot of business to do this summer.
Well, I wish you the best luck. Like I said, I've got a soft spot for Palace, even though you took points off of us home and away, just like them man below us.
They'll always be legendary.
And actually, and over there
3-3.
as well, they took points off us home and away.
3-3. I remember that when then Luis Suarez started crying, the racist little bastard.
To be fair,
reportedly,
we could have got something out of the Liverpool game at Spurs Park this season if Jota decided to jump into Gaeta. But you know.
So listen, we're gonna thanks for coming on, talking that. We're gonna talk finally in a minute. But Soups, do you want to? Firstly, people, if you're watching, make sure you smash the likes, share it, whatever else. And below everyone's pictures, you've got their names. Make sure you add them on all their platforms. We'll go through where you can find them at the end. But Twitters, Instagrams are below. Soups, any comments? Any comments to get up before we talk?
Yeah, so Wayne's saying
big boys.
Patrick for next City manager.
Not ready yet. Not question.
No, he got an extension with Pep.
No, he hasn't yet.
It's going to happen.
I know.
But he's also saying Arteta will be in the long run for Arsenal.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
can see Brendan Rodgers. If Conte goes or Arteta goes, I can see Brendan Rodgers going to either or, you know.
Brendan Rodgers or Graham Potter?
Yeah, I'd rather Graham Potter over Brendan Rodgers, but
yeah, Potter definitely.
That is such a bad shout. Brendan Rodgers proven himself.
He just proven where? Proven where?
He's 12th in the league with Leicester.
No, man, he's becoming a dinosaur in this game, bro. I'd rather Graham Potter. I think he's just the guy.
Disrespectful to a manager that's gone to Champions League.
That's brilliant.
He's finished
Where is
high
he
up
now?
on the table. He's won trophies. Graham Potter hasn't done any of that. And although I think he's talented,
Mourinho.
Brendan Rodgers is proven.
Mourinho's like, it don't matter, man. You're talking about Patrick Vieira going to flipping Arsenal and stuff, and see you next manager. What's he won? He's won nothing really. Except what? Did he do something in the French league?
Nah.
No. Okay, then let's go then.
No, you said Potter. You said Potter's better than Brendan Rodgers.
Managers are coming in and they're actually like they're showing what they can do. It don't matter what your accolades were before too much these days because not many managers got many.
It doesn't. You man took on Ollie with zero.
When it's the trophy that you won just 12 months ago, it's relevant.
Yeah, it is relevant, but Mancini's the only one that could probably hold that right now. That's obviously available and attracted to. Do you know what I'm saying?
So Kane is on his way out.
No, he's staying.
Nah, I think he's staying. I can't see where he'd go. The only club I can see Kane going to would be Man United, and
no,
I don't believe United. It's the only club I could see him going to. I can't see him going.
Yeah, I can't see him going abroad or anywhere like that.
No,
he's not going to downgrade.
No, Liverpool, no.
PSG.
PSG, no. I can't see.
Nah, he's not.
Because if that was going to happen, it wouldn't have happened under Poch.
Maybe.
So it's not going to happen.
What about
maybe Lewandowski could go. So maybe.
Yeah, he could. Maybe.
No, I can't see Bayern.
Let's not Bayern. Bayern too old. They're too old for Bayern, I think, as well. But okay.
Musiala, isn't it? So whatever his name is.
So people keep smashing the like. Now we're going to move on to the final topic, which.
Wait. So Rich has got a bounce.
Oh, Rich, thanks for coming on, Rich. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll see you later, mate.
Yeah, take care, bro.
Big everyone. Take care.
Right then. So now it's time. It's time to talk, big boys. It's time to talk City and Liverpool. Well, I mean, if you want to, bro, but I don't think you want us to talk about your club right now. So, how are you feeling, Jamie? How are you feeling, firstly?
Happy. I'm ecstatic. Yeah, I'm ecstatic.
You are?
I'm loving this season. Absolutely loving it.
And rightly so, you should. Rightly so, you should.
I'm loving the fight with Man City and Pep. I love it. This is what it's meant to be about, isn't it? And I don't see it changing for at least 2 or 3 more years to come either. It's just these two teams are the best 2 teams in Europe at the moment. The 2 best managers in the world as well. And they're just going at it on all fronts. And look, City, I think, will end up winning this Premier League by 1 point. Exactly the same it was, 18, 19 when you won by a point?
Yeah.
because I think we're both going to win all our games left this season, and that'll make you 95 points and us 94 points, which is mad.
Do you know the maddest thing is? Someone said to me about 4 months ago, whoever gets 95 points wins the league, and now we're looking at it thinking, fucking hell, you know what? You're pretty. But it's funny. The reason why I asked you that question is because Liverpool fans have been very confident over the last few weeks, but yesterday, and obviously everyone's different, but yesterday I noticed a change, and it was weird to me because all that happened is you won your game and we won our game against Leeds, which every Liverpool fan had told me we're going to beat Leeds. But then when we beat Leeds, I started getting some Liverpool fans in my inbox saying, congratulations, league's yours now. I'm thinking, well, nothing's changed. We both thought you'd beat Newcastle. We both thought we'd beat Leeds, although I'm a bit of I worry about every game. But I'm still looking at Wolves away and West Ham away and thinking, they still worry me. They still worry me. So I'm it's interesting to get a Liverpool fan's point of view.
Look, it is what it is. You're 1 point in front in the league. The league is in your hands, not our hands. We can't do anything about it. We just got to win away games and hope you slip up. And if you don't, you deserve to win the league. It's as simple as that. It's nothing shit about it. We still got a Champions League we can win. We've got an FA Cup we're going to win because Chelsea are dead. So we're going to walk that.
I agree with that. So I've heard one or two Liverpool fans saying they'd rather face City than Chelsea, which is mad. Look, Hassam, you've been telling me for ages, to stop just going on other people's shows and to put some work back into my own channel, right? So I've started, and now you're here telling me that I shouldn't talk about Liverpool. I've left you till last because I didn't want to talk about you, but I have to talk about you. Same as you think we'll win the league. I think if we have to play you in the Champions League final, I'd worry about that a lot.
I don't want to play. I'm sick. Look, you're probably the same as me. I'm sick.
Don't worry, Real Madrid's going through anyways.
I'm sick to the death of playing Manchester City. Right, I'm sick to the death of seeing Manchester City right now, and Man City are probably sick to the death of seeing Liverpool.
Can I highlight something? Yeah, Jamie Carragher tried to say this is the best title race era of football, with Liverpool and Man City competing out for each other better than all the previous years before that. How much bullshit that man talks and how much dick riding that is. It's horrible, man. The amount of Liverpool press that they get, it just annoys me so much.
Cass, can I just say, if you're...
I'm about to do this, It's not about Man United. It's the amount of praise and everything and dick riding that goes against Klopp. But when it comes to actual Man City and the PR, it's completely different. Don't get none of it, really.
No, it's true.
You know what?
It's like the media really want Liverpool to win everything.
But Cass, you know what it is? And it's nice to hear people actually finally say they agree with that. I worked this back out in 18, 19, we went at it. And we did a domestic treble that season, but the media was still talking about how close Liverpool came. But you have to just put it in simple terms. Look, I'm not here to argue that City were a bigger club than Arsenal, Tottenham, United, Liverpool. We're probably not, right? So there's no point me coming and argue that. So if we're talking about clicks, if we're talking about papers sold, well, of course the media are going to talk more about Liverpool because it makes sense. Yeah. So I kind of got it at that point and thought,
but the best rivalry.
That's how it is. No, but
the best rivalry. No
it's
way.
Not
I will
the best
say
rivalry. It's the best match in Europe.
Quality.
Right
it's
now.
the best quality of football.
But we're talking about in the Premier League as a whole. He said as a whole.
But Cass, again, it's the wording. It's the wording. Yeah. It's the best quality of football.
I think it's just
rivalry. It's quality of football.
He's just giving that title. Jamie Carragher's just doing that to make a big deal out of it. I don't think he really means it. We all know that there's been better rivalries that have been a bit more vicious, a bit more closer.
100%.
But this is very entertaining to watch. We can't deny that this rivalry right now has been fun to watch over the past 2 to 3 years. The fact that it's been so close and it's coming down to the wire time and time again. It's amazing football.
When you look at the points, there's something that shows the points between it. No, sorry. If this was over 4 years, and it's like 365 v 364 points over the last 4 seasons or something. It's crazy.
So
it's not
the Premier League. So what can we say? It's either Man City and Liverpool gone so clear that because they're so good, or is the Premier League quality just dropped?
No, Premier League quality hasn't dropped.
I think it has dropped.
All right, Cass. So if we're Cass. So this season, there's a good chance that the Champions League final is going to be City-Liverpool. Last season, the Champions League final was City-Chelsea. Season before, the Champions League was
PSG, Bayern.
All right, so not that season, but there's
Before
reasons why
it was Liverpool and Tottenham. So yeah, it makes sense.
So you kind of, when you start, if our quality in the Premier League has dropped, then what the fuck is going on in La Liga?
Yeah, look at Europa League. You've got West Ham and Rangers in it. So I think around the whole of Europe at the moment in time, Liverpool and City are just head and shoulders against everyone in Europe.
That's an easy one to call. That's an easy one to call.
That's it's as simple as that. But this league race, look, it's fantastic, and it's not in Liverpool's hands; it's in City's hands. And I've said it since the City-Liverpool game that both teams will end up winning the rest of their games, like they did 18-19. And
still not sure.
But Liverpool can still look. Liverpool are in danger. I'm not one of these Liverpool fans that get too carried away because Liverpool are in danger of winning a quad or just winning one cup that we got at the moment. So you got to make sure you don't get too cocky and carried away. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you, Jamie, how would you feel if you walked away from the season with just that one trophy? Would that
I'd be disappointed because look at the team we got, look at the squad we got, the manager we got. We've arguably got the best squad in England at the moment. Arguably got the best squad in England at this moment in time. And
squad, I'm here for that conversation because I don't necessarily squad. Yeah. Most Liverpool fans will disagree with you and say, no, City squad's deeper. But I keep saying to Liverpool fans, go and do your research. Yeah. And then if you want to do a show on it, I can show you how your squad's bigger than ours and now deeper than ours, right? And that's the difference between you now and you last time we were in a title race. Your squad is deeper.
Thiago, wow, man.
If we only won the League Cup the way we are now, it's a disappointing season. If we win Champions League, FA Cup and League Cup, quality season, isn't it?
Let me be clear. If we win nothing, it's a shocking season.
Yeah, this is what this is what's going to happen. Yeah, let me just put it down. Yeah, Real Madrid is going to win the Champions League. Yeah, Man City is going to win the Prem. Chelsea's going to win the FA Cup. There we go, done.
I know you're saying that's a Man United fan, but if Liverpool
and United are going to finish sixth.
We won chocolate.
Liverpool played Real Madrid in that final.
Won a Galaxy bar. Tottenham can. They're going
to finish above you, bro.
They're going to finish above you.
The biggest club in England keep coming to Tottenham. Why do you keep coming to talk to Tottenham? Little old Tottenham, when you should be talking to Jamie. You always talk about Liverpool. We're the big boys. We're the biggest club in England. Go talk to Jamie. Have this just for Jamie.
Because as you say, you're the loudest Spurs fan.
As you know, right now, Liverpool are on the brink of something that Man United have never done. And if they get another a quadruple, you've never done a quadruple.
Really?
You haven't done a quadruple.
You've done a triple.
No, we ain't done a quadruple, but they're on the verge of that.
I said they're on the brink. I didn't say it's going to happen. But if it does happen,
you said we weren't close. Did you just say we weren't even close?
No, but you weren't even close to Liverpool.
We was close. We was very close as it goes.
When we were noisy neighbours,
99, we was very close to doing a quadruple, but we went out in a.
It's never happened. So worry about your noisy neighbours overtaking your.
The mad thing is, when we were noisy neighbours, I'd never talked to Tottenham or Arsenal like this, right? But these United fans, I don't even consider them noisy neighbours, but the way they still feel they can talk to teams that are finishing above them is just mental. Like, bro.
What do you mean?
You're spending more than all of them. You're spending more than them.
You can't talk to Liverpool, Man City right now. Of course you can't. No one can, but I can still talk to Tottenham and Arsenal.
Just about.
He had
kind of a bit shaky. Well,
the thing is, though, I could be here being humble about how Man United now boring is, but there's no fun in that.
No, it's not.
There's no fun in that. You've got to be a bit shameless like sometimes because it's the only thing that deflects the pain is laughter and smiling and
ask kids
all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Does anyone actually see any difference to next season and the season after between Liverpool and City in the league?
Nah, not next season. No way. No. Not next season. It's still a two-legged horse.
Klopp's here for 4 more years. It looks like Pep's going to sign until 2025.
But Pep's going to sign until 2025.
Yeah.
But he only does 2 years extensions.
Allegedly.
He only does 2-year extensions. So.
I think if them two stay for that amount of time, it just stays them two in this league.
I think the league will get a lot better, though, in the next 2 to 3 years. Newcastle, maybe.
What I will say is... you best hope, that Conte don't stay because if Conte stays, he's coming there to rumble.
He's a good... I would.
Conte's going to be rumbling, I'm telling you.
I wouldn't put it partially, but with the finance, he does good. To be honest, you don't need big signings, Conte. So I'll give it to you there. You're not wrong. He's a serial winner, isn't it?
I think he's on his way out real soon, man. I can't.
PSG will come with that deal. PSG will come and he'll quit.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the only realistic signing. Unless Zidane goes PSG, then he stays at Tottenham.
Yeah, I'd agree with that because then it's like, where can he go? Where else is there? I don't know. There's still a lot to do with the Conte thing that I want to delve into. Why he went there, when he went there, why he didn't seem to really know about how much money he was going to be given. There was a lot. It seems all very bizarre, but I think the fact that you're spot on. If Zidane goes to PSG, Conte ain't going nowhere. There's nowhere else you can put him.
You know what I don't get either? Why didn't Tottenham just pay this at the start of the season for Conte? Do you remember when he said, "Nah, you know what? Forget it."
Ask Levy.
Daniel Levy.
But listen, it's been a great show. Really appreciate you all joining us. Just quickly, where can everyone find you? Start with you, Jamie.
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Jamie Phillips Football Chat. Mostly a Liverpool channel, but I do watch-alongs of the top 6 as well when they're playing, and it's good stuff over there.
Appreciate you coming. Kiz, I already know where they can find you, but tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, just Kiz_DI on Twitter, and then just subscribe to Big Six Bant's YouTube as well. Just do weekly content on there, almost on 1K subs, so just want to get that locked in, man.
Great new channel, 100%.
Thank you, bro.
George, where can they find you?
Pretty much my @ there for Twitter, _4George. You can catch me on the Scrubs and Scholars YouTube channel. Got some videos going over there, but man.
Appreciate you coming on as well. And Cass, where can they find you? You decided on a Twitter name yet, by the way?
That is my Twitter name, bro.
And you're going to keep it the same, yeah?
Basically, what's going to happen is, if you're a Naruto fan, big up you, innit, yeah? But if you're like more of a Shiha, like Sharingan and all them things there, then great, innit? But right now, you can find me on these streams for now. I don't care if you don't follow me don't even follow me on Twitter. Not till next season. I don't want it. Because you're going to get annoyed. All I want to do is complain about Man United, so it's no point.
That's content, bro. I love that.
Real talk. It is beautiful content. I'll keep talking about it as well. But no, thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone in the comments. If you're watching this now, smash a like before you leave. If you're watching it back, make sure you smash a like. Join us. What have we got? Next Friday, 8 p.m, myself and Mo talking through the turnstiles about Chelsea, a bit deeper. There's going to be some content from, I'm out in Madrid this week, going to fire some content from there. And then we'll be back next Sunday here again, 8 p.m. Have a good week, people. And Soups, if you could roll the outro.